What's up, YouTube? Well, what's Rev got on the bench today? Yeah. Sure does look like a Lakota 300 motor. Well, motor runs fine. The problem is it blew second gear. So, in order to get into it, here's the tricky part. In order to get to the basket, it's inside of this case. So you got to disassemble the whole thing, right, to get in there. That's the unfortunate part. Because your piston, your head's here, right, with your valves, right, and your keepers and your rocker arms, and then you got a piston, and then you got a connecting rod, which runs down to the crankshaft, right? Alright. Well, this crankshaft's a part of the outer case, so you have to take the timing chain, the gear off, all of the pulleys, the harmonic balance. You gotta take everything apart, okay? My brother, in his infinite wisdom, well, he gave me the bike, right? So actually, he got it from JC, and JC gave it to him for me. Well, it wasn't running. So I got it running, no problem, right? Well, I went in first gear, no problem. I went to second gear, and I heard all this crunching. I'm like, what the heck? And I couldn't get into third. Well, the problem with, motorcycles or four-wheelers or anything like that, some of them will. You can jump gears, and others you cannot. I mean, this is just one of them ones that did not want to do it. So, Reverend Bob has to take this all apart and rebuild the whole thing. And I'm the type of guy, if I'm going to get that far into it, I'm going to rebuild the whole thing. I'm going to rebuild the whole damn motor. Now, here's my issue. Do I rebuild the whole motor? Right? I know it runs. So do I rebuild the whole motor? Or do I sell this motor, because it does run, and let it be somebody else's problem? I got parts down here. The problem with anything is once you get into it, it can be, hell's bells. Or, do I change the sprocket over on the rear end, which I'll show you here in a minute. Now, I already got it covered up. Or, do I change the sprocket back there, make a plate down there, right, and put a Predator 212 on it, 6.5, 7 horse, beef it up, put a stage 3 or stage 4 kit in it, and I mean, it'll be a ripping monster then. I mean, I'm going to go from, 520 chain to 420, probably, on it. Which it really doesn't make two bat shits, because it'll only, and I'll just put a torque converter on it, and that'll give me all my low end torque, and it'll still do about 45 when I get done with it. The only difference is it won't be shifting. It'll be all centrifugal off of a torque converter, which would be cheaper and easier. And I could just about, I don't know. I mean, if there's somebody looking for a motor that actually runs, this is a good motor. And I got all kinds of extra parts and stuff. I mean, I could easily sell them the whole motor and everything, all the parts. I had to pay for the shipping. I sell it for $300, the whole motor, and then they'll have to pay for the shipping. Well, that's going to cost. God only knows what shipping's going to cost. Probably $150 or so, but they'll have all kinds of parts and stuff. I'm just kind of looking at two sides of the coin here. I don't know. I haven't figured it out what I want to do. I have a brand new, right up there, if you look, right there's a brand new Predator engine, and it has new torque converter in it. And that one there is a hemispheric head one, I believe. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But anyway, So I'm debating. I am debating what to do. And then this one here, you know, look, these motors, I just don't like the way this sucker's set up. You know, that's a brand new motor. I think I got, I don't know, maybe 25 hours. The problem is the wiring harness and everything's such a pain. And then you got the EFI, you know, electronics, and I don't really like dealing with it. You know, I'd rather just take all that wiring out of there, sell a motor as a used motor for like $100 or something, and go buy me a Predator and put it on there, and change the, you know, do the same thing down there. Change the gearing, weld a new plate in it, you know, get rid of that big tank and put a nice small tank on there, you know, change the battery portion out, and it'd be so much easier, you know, so much easier for what I do around here. So I'm deliberating, you know, I'm not quite sure of exactly what I want to do yet. Now I have a manual for the Kawasaki, but I just haven't decided yet. Does the 300 have more power? Absolutely. No question about it. But how many more hours do I got to put into it? You know, I have to figure all that out. Now I got a lot of parts, so the only thing I didn't get the parts for was to rebuild, you know, put new rings in and new piston if it needs it, which I shouldn't need it, you know, but I'd have to clean all that up, put all new seals in, which I'm going to have to do most of that anyway, but I don't know, I haven't decided yet. So down in the comment section, you guys tell me what you think you'd do. It isn't that I don't have the skills to do it. I absolutely do. It's just I haven't done this in a long time, you know, so it's going to take me a long time. And I got a lot of other things to do. So, I don't know. In the comment section, you guys want, put down what you'd do. Did you run a new 212 Predator motor on it? Which would be probably a couple $100 maybe, at the most. You know, with nice new sprocket, 62 sprocket, running from a 8 or a 10 tooth sprocket to a, that would really do it. If I had an 8 on the drive, you know, if I had an 8 on the drive and then 60 tooth on the rear, that should get me where I want to go, especially with a centrifugal clutch. That'll give me the low end torque. I mean, I suppose I could actually go with a 10 tooth up front, but anyway, tell me what you guys would do. Alright, write it in the comment section. Let's get your input. I need about 50, 60 people give me some input on this one. So, anyway, I'll be on later tonight cutting some gemstones, I think. Well, I'll attempt to cut some, or whatever I'm going to do, I don't know. Do some small stuff. I ain't going to stay up later than batshit tonight, I can tell you that. I'm tired. Wore out. So, but I will be up for a while tonight. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell button for notifications. Tell your friends and family what we do here, which is just about everything under the sun. And we'll see you guys later on tonight. Alright, take care. God bless. Love you guys. See ya.